Hi guys, how are you tonight? It's Jennifer with One Crafty Sister. It is Monday night Facebook Live. How are you guys doing? I am excited to be here and excited to celebrate a little bit of Christmas in July with you guys because we can't have July without a little Christmas, right? It's a fun time to just get a little bit excited about the holidays, and we all need something to be excited about right now, right? I know I do. Okay, give me a minute while everyone logs on. It takes a couple minutes for the feed to populate through Facebook, and I'm going to share this to my business page or to my group. So hold on just a minute. If you get logged on, tell me hi. Let me know how it's going today. And let's see, where are we at? There we are. I see me. Okay. It's so nice to be here with you guys. Let's see, there's my group. Okay, a little bit of jiggle on the screen. My laptop stands a little jiggly. Hi, Connie. So nice to see you. I was so happy to see today that you did your tropical escape class and you really liked that and that was fun. Where's my comments? I need my comments. Where are they at? I don't know. Oh, see, there we go. Show, I don't know. I don't know where they are, but I can see you. So, hello, Audra. Hello. Nice to see everyone. I don't know why my comments aren't showing up. Oh, well, I can see. Oh, here, let me do this. Well, all right. So, welcome to Monday's Facebook Live. So, it's Christmas in July, right? But before we even get to that, remember last week I shared this little cutie, right? Shared this little cutie, and I said that we were going to have a drawing for anyone that shared my video, and I was going to send all the supplies to make this cute little card, including all the little punched pieces. You'll just have to use your cute fruit stamp set to do her little face and the pineapple and the sentiment, but I'm going to send everything else. And the person who won the drawing was, drum roll, Karen Cobb. So congratulations, Karen Cobb. I will send out tomorrow a package for you with all the supplies for this cute little card. So thank you for sharing. Now it seems to be, excuse me, while I try to get my video that went away. Oh man, this is seems to be a constant struggle. Silly video. I have to look at that. Okay, so how about we look at one other fun card that I did this week, and I just noticed there's something on it. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to use tonight and make tonight. So let me flip you guys down. And let's see. I want to do that. Okay, so you can see both of me. All right, first, I wanted to show you. So every week my team has a creative challenge of some type, and my team member Kat does such an amazing job picking out fun things for us to do challenges on. So last week our challenge was to do a card featuring a cow. And so this is the animals from the hippo Happiness, and I'm like, I'm going to turn that hippo into a cow. So I just thought he was fun, and so I wanted to show you that I cut off his little tail, and then I tied a little knot in our linen thread to give him a little more cow-like tail. And I used our whale punch to make little itty-bitty horns on the top of his head. So a couple people and even myself have called it a cowopotamus. But anyway, I think it's a precious little cow. Hey, cat. Yes, yay, cows. So we have so much fun each week with our creative challenges with the team, and I've been having fun myself. So this is the Hippo Happiness, and this is the, what is this called? The, oh, that stamp set. It's right here. It is called the Buffalo Plaid. This is the Buffalo Plaid stamp set. All right. So enough about cowopotamuses. We are going to make a Christmas card tonight. And so, as some of you may know, very soon, this is our new holiday catalog, and oh, it's so dreamy. This is all I can really show you right now. I can't show you any of the insides. And I teased you a little bit about Christmas in July because we're not going to use anything out of this catalog tonight. But do not worry, because if you are a customer of mine and you have shopped with me in the last 6 months, then I am going to put one of these in the mail to you within the next week. So you're going to start getting yours in the mail. I've already got them here, so they're going to be packaged up. So you just want to make sure, if you want a catalog with me, that you place an order. And like I said, anyone who's placed an order with me in the last 6 months is going to get one of these babies in the mail. But in our annual catalog, we have a lot of great holiday sets that we had in our last holiday catalog. And so today we are going to use the Perfectly Plaid stamp set, which was a very favorite of a lot of people, including me, last year. And we're going to pair it with the Pine Tree Punch. Now you can find this stamp set on page 60 of the annual catalog, and it has all 4 of these tree versions that coordinate with that Pine Tree Punch, and then it's got some great sentiments that are good for all kind of things for the holidays. And that is only $17, a great little value with or without the punch. But the punch is on page 166, and I just want to show you that. So here is the Pine Tree Punch, page 166. And then the other item I want to show you before we get started that we're going to use is one of our new mini embossing folders. So we have some smaller embossing folders because I don't know if you heard the news, but we're going to have a mini die cut and embossing machine that is coming. So we have 2 machines coming. We have a full size and a mini. The full size is actually going to be available to customers in September. So next month I get to order mine. So keep your eye out. I'm going to be ordering it as soon as I can and getting it in here and sharing it with you guys so you can see how awesome it is. But we have these little awesome mini embossing folders, and we are going to use one today that is from the Meadow Moments. So let me show you a little close up. So this is the Meadow Moments right here, you can see. And the one to the left really kind of spoke to me for this card. Obviously not this one for a Christmas card because this has butterflies on it. We won't use this one. But this kind of with the little dots could be snow, and it kind of matched the paper a little bit that we're going to use. So we are going to use that. And so let me show you what card we're going to make that I, just before we started, stuck in an ink pad. So as you can see, it happens to everyone, guys. This is why you close your ink pads before, like when you're working on projects, close them up when you're done or you will do damage to it like that. But we're going to make another one. So this is that Christmas tree punch and the Perfectly Plaid stamp set paired with the Flowers for All Season designer series paper. So we're seeing how that paper really does go for all seasons. Now I had this crushed, but this ribbon is so gauzy and fun to play with, and we're going to use that tonight. And if you can see down here on the bottom, ignore my little ink damage, but you can see where I have the embossed image here, and I'll show you a close-up of the full in a little bit, but I just did it on one side of the paper. So this is the card we are going to make tonight. So it says on the front, may the special season be wrapped in love and joy. And then on the inside it says Merry Christmas. So I like to make cards for Christmas that are just big enough to say, dear whoever, love the hills, because you do so many of them that you don't always have time to write special long messages. Karen Cobb, you're late. I shouldn't tell you that you won the drawing for the card kit for this cute little card that I made last week, should I, for being late? So you did. Yay! Congrats, Karen. Late and winning prizes. Okay, so let's make a card. How about it? So remember, we're making this card, but without the ink splotches on it. And I've got a little collection of supplies here. We're going to use a Just Jade card base, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And my phone is ringing. Turning that off. So this is Just Jade again. You're going to need a piece of Poppy Parade. It really is like Christmas. Yes, Karen, it is. So you're going to need a piece of Poppy Parade that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece of Very Vanilla that is cut just 1/8 of an inch short, so you have a little tiny border. So this, let me get my little grid paper here that I'm going to need to stamp anyway, is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So that's what you're going to have for your layer. And this is the layer I was telling you that I embossed with that embossing folder. So you can see that there. And we're going to cover up some of it, but it's really pretty. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I brought water in here because I felt like I just have some allergy kind of stuff going on. Don't worry, it's nothing else, but I do have allergies. So I did want to show you that this little folder I used like this on this piece of paper. And in order to not get a little line down the side, I was just going to show you really quick how I made my sandwich. If you're very careful, because this is the full width of your plate, I put it long ways and I layered my top plate to where it didn't cover the end of that. So that way you don't get a big line there from the pressure if you put the sheet all the way over. So I just slid this back so it didn't cover that edge. It's still going to emboss everything else that's down there. So that'll just keep you from having that harsh line on there. Now, if it happens on this particular card, it's okay because we're going to cover part of it up with designer series paper. But you might not want it, so that's why you want to make sure that you do not emboss the edge. Okay, but I embossed this already through the magic of television. We are going to use some shimmery white cardstock, and I already cut this out with the largest scalloped circle, stitch circle, and we are going to punch out this Christmas tree. I have the tree that I punched out earlier, and I'm going to use it as a guide. Normally, if I was doing this by scratch, I would punch my tree out, and then I would cut out the circle to make sure it's in the center. But tonight, I wanted to just use what I had. So I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of adhesive, and I'm going to kind of unstickify it just a little. And I'm going to put this in the center because I'm going to use it as my guide to do my punch. And I'm doing this part first because we're going to do a tiny bit of a watercolor wash. And so I wanted to do that and be able to let it dry for a minute, okay? So I'm going to take this punch. I'm going to line up my tree the best I can in there. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. Put it on the other side. Since this is a directional little stamp, we want to do it the right way so that it matches the shape of my punch. So I'm going to drop this in here and then it should line up perfectly. I'll show you guys. So you can see now that I used that and it lined up just perfectly, so I can punch it out. And now I have my tree right down in the middle. And so if you want, you can save this tree. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to use this, but I'm going to take the adhesive off. And we're going to still use it if I can get it off enough with my, oh yeah, okay. I had an idea to do something with this, so we will use it on the inside of our card. So one of the things I'm going to use today are our new water painters. And if you are into watercoloring to me always made me feel like an artist, even when I wasn't really an artist. I don't consider myself an artist. The Stampin' Up! Designers have done all the art for me, and I just get to put it together in the awesome coordinated products that Stampin' Up! Has provided for us. But these new water painters are so fun, and I will tell you, if you get them, and you should because they're awesome, they come in 3 different sizes. So you have a fat tip, which we're going to use today. There is a fine tip for more detailed watercoloring detail. And then we're not using this today, but I can't wait to use this, a wide tip, so that you can do stripes or other things with it, okay? And if you, oh, that's tricky. I guess you gotta go. I haven't actually opened this one yet. You gotta kind of drop, kind of squeeze the brush in so it doesn't get crumpled. So when you get these and you need these are in our annual catalog, and let me just show you where those are. They are on page 147, and you get all 3 of them. They're actually a much better value than the ones that we used to sell. So they are, and they're kind of like hard to see. So the picture is over here and number 11 is over here. So these are water painters, and you get all 3 of these for $12. Now when you get them, here's the trick. You're going to get them and you're going to be like, Jennifer, I can't get it open. Am I not strong enough? Whatever. They twist opposite of lefty loosey, okay? So they come in a set of 3, so you can't order one of them individual, so they come like this, all 3. Good question though, but no, only all 3 together. So they do open, they twist the opposite way that you would think, so I have to twist it the wrong way. At least to me it feels the wrong way than the other ones. So if you're having a hard time getting the lid off, just twist it the other way, and then you'll be like, oh, that's what Jennifer was talking about. Okay, so let's do a little watercolor wash before we get into building the rest of our card. So we are going to use this piece that we punched out, and we're going to actually use our other 2 Christmas cards. We're going to watercolor wash those as well and let them dry. I'm going to use the Just Jade because we're using Just Jade and Poppy Parade on this card. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of ink in there. And the way I did that was when it's closed, I just put it between my hands like that and I give it a squeeze. And that puts ink right there. Okay. So I'm going to leave it right like that. You always want to have some kind of paper towel or something here, and so that you can wipe off or something. So I've got just kind of a used wipe that I had on my desk, but it's clean enough for this. And I'm going to take the fat tip one that I have here, and I'm going to squeeze, and you can see it says push. Can you see that? It says push on the brush. That's where you want to squeeze to get water. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze a little because I want a good bit of water. For what I'm doing right now, the more the water, better. I just want a light wash, and you can add, but you can't take away. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece first, and I'm just going to do, let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see a little better. I'm going to just take a little bit of ink, and I'm squeezing to get a little more water. I just want a little color wash around the edge of this tree. And if I need a little more color, I'll just grab it. I'm squeezing a little water as well because I don't want it too dark. And I'm not being very particular, which is hard for me because I am a straight lines kind of girl. So doing something like this is like, oh, it's not the same everywhere, but that's okay. So I just wanted the tiniest bit of a wash around that tree, okay? And it's not perfect. I do need a little more color over here because when it dries a little lighter and it won't have any there. All right, so you can see that now a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. And I'm also going to do a little watercolor wash on these two little trees because this will be fun to put on the inside of the card, I thought. So I'm just going to do like a messy wash down the card. Okay. I'm literally leaving it messy, okay? All right. So we're going to let those dry, and I'm just going to clean off my brush here. And I'm just squeezing water, and you want to just clean it off until your brush is clear and not colored anymore. So you can see now it's nice and white because I got all the ink off. And then you just put the lid back on, and it's ready for your next time of play. Okay, I'm going to close that so I don't do that again like I did. Set that out of the way, and we're going to start building the rest of our cards. So we're going to set these up here to dry. Flip that over here. And I'm going to take out my other card pieces. First and foremost, we need to adhere some things. So we are going to add this piece of the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper. This paper has so many fun prints, but it has these couple holiday prints, which is this one, which has these nice cinnamon cider stripes on one side, which are great for fall. But it also has this kind of winter blue stripe, and on the back are like pine boughs. So this would be great for Christmas as well. But today we are using the Poppy Parade and Just Jade with the poinsettias. Okay, so this is going to be adhered right to this. So I'm just going to use my Seal Plus, which is like my favorite adhesive. If you have not tried the new adhesives, you need to get one. If you're in a humid area, I still prefer the Seal Plus to the Seal. I just feel like it sticks better. I haven't had anything actually fall apart. I've got a little itty bitty sliver that needed to cut off. I haven't had anything fall apart yet. What size is the dip? What dip? I'm confused. You lost me, Connie. Maybe I'm missing something. I do not know. But, oh, the DSP, sorry. This is 2.5 inches, Connie, by, let's look again. That was 5, 1, I go the wrong way. I don't think this is a full inch here. It's 5, that's the wrong end. So 5 1/8, because this is 5 1/4, the red. So this is 2.5 by 5 1/8, and this piece of Very Vanilla is 5 1/8 long. Okay. Yes, and Charlene said the actual full-size DSP is 6 by 6. Yes, but this is 2.5 inch strip. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this ribbon. This is from the Forever Fern ribbon combo pack. So it comes in a combo pack with this beautiful gauzy vanilla ribbon and then this gold twine. Okay. This is the nicest gauze. I mean, it does feel like gauze. It's so soft. And I do not have enough for that card, so let me grab another roll that I have over here. But it is so soft and pretty. I'm so thankful to have a craft room with all the stuff that I could just go get another one. I don't think I have enough to wrap this. Let me try. Let's try. I just don't think it could be just enough. We are going to try. I don't think I have enough for a bow. I'm going to set that aside and I'll use it on another project. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little tip here on when I tie bows, and I love to tie bows. I also love to be able to tie it without having to lose the tension on my tie. So one of the things I do is I use glue dots to kind of set my knot in place before I tie the bow. So I am going to kind of measure. I just look for, I twist my ribbon and I look for enough on each side to give me space to tie my bow. Sometimes I don't even cut it off the bolt before I tie it, but for tonight I am. Okay, so I always start like this, where I have the top piece going up, the bottom piece going down. And then I start by doing one twist or one knot. It's one tie, okay? And I know by looking at my ink stained card here that I want my bow somewhere over in this general area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a glue dot on my Take Your Pick tool, okay? And I'm going to put it, the glue dot, right under where it's stuck to my Take Your Pick tool. I don't usually use the flat side, but I got it off. It just happened to be what was there. I put it right under where I want the bow, and now I'm going to pull that a little taut. I'm going to stick it down. And now it's kind of like, look, Ma, no hands. So I can tie my bow now without having to worry about that it's not going to be tight. So I'm making a loop first with the piece that was going down, and then I take this piece and go over and pull the other loop through. Now I like to pull my loops before I pull it tight, because that gives me more flexibility with the ribbon, and I don't want to pull the ribbon too tight because sometimes you'll get crinkles in the ribbon. So I think I got it good, so now I'm going to pull it tight. And then I stick my finger inside the little bunny ear so that I don't pull it all the way through, and I'll pull it a little bit to get my bow size that I want. Okay, so there is my bow. And I'm going to cut the ends off now. There's one piece and another. Okay, so there is my cute little bow. This piece is going to be layered on top of my piece of Poppy Parade, which is MIA. Where did it go? There it is. I'm feeling crazy tonight. I don't know why. It's right here on my desk, right in front of my face. So this is going to be layered down onto our Poppy Parade, and then we're going to add that to the card base. So all along our Christmas tree, watercolored Christmas tree, has been drying. Our little watercolor wash. So that's good. That's what we wanted it to be doing. I'm curious to know how many of you guys start making your Christmas cards early? Have you already started making them? This is my first Christmas card of the season. All right, I'm going to drop this one down again with some adhesive onto the card front. And I'm not putting any dimensionals on this layer of the card because we're going to put some dimensionals up on the top. All right. But already, I love all those layers. I really love borders and layers, especially on Christmas cards for some reason. I just feel like, I don't know, a note card can be like just 1 or 2 layers, something light and simple. But when I do Christmas cards, I want them to like feel substantial. Do you guys feel that same way? Okay, so our watercolor wash is now all dry. It dried while we were waiting and doing the rest of our card. So I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals on our card front. So I'm going to take about 4 dimensionals here. Get the top and bottom supported. Joyce, it's not usual for you to start this early. Well, not usual for me either, but I thought it was fun to start with some Christmas. Okay. Plus, I love this bundle, this punch and stamp set, and I haven't been able to use it since, I don't know, December. so it's fun to use it again. All right, so I have that in place, and now we got to cover up that, right? Because we don't want that sticking out. So I have a little strip here of Very Vanilla. This just came out of my scraps, and I need to actually trim it to 3 inches. I'm going to get my handy little paper trimmer, trim it down to 3 inches, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment right down in the middle. This is 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches, and this was just a piece that I had in my scrap bin. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Poppy Parade. I'm going to be careful with this ink pad because obviously it's dangerous. Got a hair on it. See, it's dangerous for your fingers too. I did one touch. I always end up Night of Navy and Poppy Parade. I get all over the place for some reason. Okay, so here's my stamp set with the sentiment. May the special season be wrapped in love and joy. I like that. I'm going to stamp that down right in the middle. I'm stamping off the page so you can't even see. But what you can see now is that this is a well-loved stamp that has been stamped with lots of red. So it has been stained pink with lots of red, but it still works so well. All right, now we're going to close that up for safety purposes. And we are going to add this with dimensionals, just 1 on each side to the front of our card. And then we're almost done with the front, and we're just going to finish off the inside. We are going to use some of our gold gilded gems, which are a must-have embellishment, especially for the fall and holiday season. So we've got that. And I love how this is so soft, like the softer colors in the designer series paper. I have some of the gold gilded gems with a dimensional back. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool, the putty end. I need to squeeze out a little bit more here to pick up my embellishment. So I'm just going to use this to slide the little gem off. So I just use the putty and I slide it off so that I can drop it into place. Pick up a second one. I need one more. Okay, so there is our bling on the front, because we need bling on Christmas cards, right? And now we need to do the inside piece. So I've got just another 3/4 strip of the designer series paper, and on the inside I'm actually using a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Very Vanilla. Oops. And what I do like about these adhesives is the Seal Plus even is repositionable. So I stuck it down and I didn't quite get it straight, so I pulled it up and it didn't tear my paper apart, did it? It did not. Slide that down in place. And then remember our little Christmas trees that we did? I'm going to add him on dimensional over here. Now you could take and use this on a different card instead of using it on this card, but I just thought, waste not, want not, right? So I'm just going to drop him in the lower right corner here, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment Merry Christmas on the inside with our Poppy Parade. Ta-da! Now, if you remember, I told you that that ribbon comes with this, it comes in a combo pack, and it comes with the linen, that kind of gauzy ribbon, and this gold thread. So I think this gold thread would make an awesome little bow on the top of our Christmas tree. So I'm going to tie, and it'll tie that gold in from the gold gilded gems on the front of the card. So I'm just going to tie this little bow to add. And I keep handy some little mini glue dots that come out of my paper pumpkin, because I like to use the mini ones for things like this, little twine bows. So I'm going to stick it right there. Take that little top off, and then stick that little bow right there. Trim that a little more. And then we have the little gold accent on the inside of the tree, on the inside of the card. We're gonna add this. I got a piece of stuff stuck there. So add this to the inside of the card now. These little pieces of that ribbon, now the little filaments are everywhere, stuck to my adhesive. When you trim them, they go flying, as long as none of them are sticking out in the front. I see one there. All right, so there we have the inside of our tree. card. So let's zoom out just a little. Okay, so there you have the 2 cards. One with ink splotches, one without. So what I love about this shimmery white paper is that, number one, it's shimmery. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of like it has Wink of Stella all over it, even though it doesn't. You can watercolor on it because it is has a little bit more fibrous texture to it. It's like in between watercolor paper and our regular cardstock. And so it's really easy to especially do watercolor washes on it. And you can do a little bit of adding color and building up the color. Not a whole lot. It's not as hardy as watercolor paper, but for things like this, it does an awesome job. And it's kind of in between white and vanilla, so you can really use it with either white or vanilla. I went with the vanilla for this one because I wanted to use this pretty gauzy ribbon. And so that is your Christmas in July with the Perfectly Plaid stamp set and the Pine Tree Punch, which are available now in our online store. Now, just as a reminder, I have lots of people that are about to get this entire bundle emailed to them because I've had lots of happy shoppers with my BOGO. There's an online BOGO going right now. Buy one, get one. So if you haven't visited that website yet, the group, it is posted here on this page, and I'll post the group address again in the information for this video. But if you go over to the buy one get one, if you couldn't come to my in-person buy one get one, you can shop online. So everything is set up in nice little categories, and let me switch you back up here. Everything, all the pictures are in categories, and you can shop easily. Stamp sets, bundles, punches, dies, it's set out really easy. And if you see something you'd like, you just comment sold underneath there. Once you're done shopping, let me know and I'll calculate your total, and then that total of whatever you spent in the retired or collected in the retired, you will get to shop in our annual catalog and beginner stamper catalog, whatever is in our online store actually. So that's clearance rack and all those kind of things. You'll be able to shop for an equal amount, and you can even earn free shipping. So make sure you go to my site, that group, when I post it on here. If you saw it already on my Facebook page, you'll want to go ahead and go. And when you spend $50 or more this month, not only are you going to get a $5 bonus days coupon, but you're also going to get this amazing tutorial bundle, chock full of 15 tutorials by all of these lovely Stampin' Friends. And these are some amazing, amazing tutorials. These are all made with new suites that are in the annual catalog, and they're just amazing. So you're going to get this PDF emailed to you when you place a $50 or more order. Excuse me. So that's all I have for you tonight. So make sure you hop over to my buy one get one sale group and check that out, and let me know when you're going to start making your Christmas cards. Who's going to start? Who's motivated to start early now? You could crank out these pretty quick, I think. All right, you guys, have a great night. I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry, next Monday. I'll see you next Monday. Good night, guys. Bye.